Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. How's everyone today? Being that everyone in the chat is talking about chill levels rising as the podcast begins, I think today what we're going to do, something a little different. I'm just going to sit back, lean back, and I'm just going to relax and sit here. That's going to be the podcast for today. What do you think? It's a nice, super relaxed atmosphere. That's it. That's going to be the show. I'm just going to sit here, leaning back, relaxing in my chair. No direction, no topics, just sitting here staring at you for about an hour and a half. What do you think? Would you like that? Would you like that? Actually, hold on. Even better, how about this? Now you can stare at me. I'll stare at you and you stare at me. All right? For about an hour and a half. Ready? Here we go. We'll begin the staring match. Okay, you win. All right, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's the Level 1 pod. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. It's the Level 1 podcast. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd of August, 2023. And we're almost done with the streaming week already. It feels like we just started. You know, compared to last week, where it was an 8-day streaming week, and this week is only a 5-day streaming week. I mean, it's like night and day, right? A completely different feeling and vibe. It is what it is. It's all good. You know, kind of evening out from the craziness of last week. But I agree with you. For those who are like, man, it feels so rushed. It feels like we just began and, you know, it's going to be over so soon. Yeah, I'm with you. Like today, we're doing a full day of gameplay streaming. It's not a full day of fighting games, and there's no React content. It honestly, to me, feels like today is the first normal day of the week. Really, like right now, this moment feels to me like, oh, we're just beginning with the normal week. And we only have 2 days left, right? It is what it is. Next week will be way more normal, or not, because we have a marathon on Saturday. I'm just remembering, okay, never mind. Next week will not be normal either. Everything's going to be weird, okay? But, how y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the end of the summer, right? It really is these last few weeks of summertime vibes, at least here in the northern hemisphere where I live. I don't know if any of you live in the southern hemisphere who watch me and are like, what are you talking about? We're freezing, right? Well, up here, it's been quite warm this summer, and it really is the final countdown. You know, I'm enjoying my nice new shirts and everything, nice cooling comfort vibes here. In the fall, by the way, I very well may be wearing another kind of new apparel. I've had nice long sleeve button down shirts for actually years, and those are shirts that I used to wear when I was out in the fall and winter and spring. But I never wore them on camera. And if you guys like how I changed up my wardrobe for the summertime here for the last several weeks to month, I very well could wear those when it gets cooler. You know, when it gets cooler, I won't have the air conditioner on. I still have the window open, and we'll have cooling air come in here. Maybe I'll wear those for the fall. If you guys like that, a little bit of a different vibe, then we could do stuff like that, okay? Anyway, so I hope you guys are ready for some chill fun today. So first of all, for those who don't know, today is Gamescom, which is a international, gaming press event over in Europe, and Jeff Keighley is there right now. The thing is, unlike, Summer Game Fest or even E3 in previous years, they don't really announce anything new at Gamescom. What it typically is they just give more information on a lot of the games you already know about. So, for example, they're going to show a new trailer for Mortal Kombat 1. They're going to have new updates on all the games coming out in the fall. So, there may very well be some interesting news coming out of Gamescom, but it's certainly nothing that I would need to, live react to or anything, simply because it's just going to be a little bit of snippets here or there. I'm sure people will be coming to the stream and telling me all about the things that may be announced over the course of the day here on this live stream, and we can easily cover that tomorrow on the Level 1 podcast in the morning. All right, so there you go. I'm not covering it live or anything, but we can talk about it later. All right. So what is going on? Shall we talk? Today, we're going full throttle back into GTA 5 for 2 straight days, so around 6+ hours of gameplay. I believe I want to say we're about 26 hours into GTA 5, if I'm not mistaken, and it's been a little while since we actually played it. Yeah, we are. We're 26 hours in, and the good thing about this part is that I don't really remember it that well. Everything we've been doing recently in GTA 5, I've kind of been not remembering it all from the first playthrough, which is good because it makes it feel fresh and more interesting and new. I genuinely don't remember what happens in the plot from this point forward. So the other thing is, we last time we played it, we checked on the status, and it said that we are 40 story missions done and 29 left. But if I remember correctly, from my original run 10 years ago, a lot of those story missions are quite fast. Some of them are much more lengthy, but a lot of them can be on the faster side. To give some perspective here, my original playthrough of GTA 5 was only around 33 or 34 hours long, and we're 26 hours in. So we are, a pretty good chunk in right now. And when you look at the content that's remaining in the game, there's about 6 side missions left for Strangers and Freaks, which are the side missions that you run into those, contacts or whatever. Remember, there's the guy who researches space aliens. We're going to probably do the side quest line with Michael for the cult, the Kiflam, Ellipsian cultists, remember? So there's some side content left in the game, but it's not necessarily going to be, all-encompassing. So we'll see how we do. I guess judging off of how today and tomorrow goes, it may give us a good estimation of, perspective-wise, how long it'll actually take us to beat the game. If you remember, my original goal was to beat this before Starfield came out. But now Starfield has that advanced release on September 1st, which is a week from Friday. I'm going to be hard-pressed to beat this game by then. So I guess we'll see what happens. All right, but I am excited. I've enjoyed these chill streams of GTA 5 Anniversary Run. I know you guys have too. And thanks to those who will stick around and hang out, nice interactions, and it's always a good time. And then on the late stream tonight, it's going to be Street Fighter 6 ranked gameplay. And I'm going to actually try to get here, if possible, a little bit on the earlier side. Normally my stream would start around 6:45 p.m. I'll see if I can get it started either on the dot or a little earlier and actually jump into gameplay as quickly as possible, because my goal tonight is to try to get roughly 3 hours of ranked gameplay in with Blanca. We're currently at 2-star diamond. I would love to get him to 4-star diamond tonight. Last night, I watched some more Blanca videos. I was a little inspired, actually, by a couple things I saw, a lot of new drive rush techniques. Like, basically with Blanca, what I've been doing when I open my match is I either wait and see what they're going to do, or I drive rush. And when I drive rush, I usually will either do standing roundhouse or low-medium kick. Well, I'm now seeing some top players are doing, drive rush short. And drive rush short is so fast that it stuffs people trying to drive rush you. And if it hits, you get a free easy combo at the beginning of the game. Not giant damage, but it's good. It knocks them back and kind of throws them off their feet, puts them on their toes. And I also saw another thing, that if you drive rush back medium kick, a lot of people have been doing drive impact on, fight. So I drive rush, they drive impact. You can cancel the medium kick into your own drive impact. So it's bait. Because if they go for drive impact, you immediately hit yours, and you get a giant combo right at the start of the fight, which puts the advantage right into your in your hands. So just watching these videos of top Blanka players inspires me to try new things every time I play. It's really good. And, you know, this is unique, and here's why. When I used to play fighting games, it was never like this. It was, you go to the arcade, and you watch other people play, and if you see something they're doing that you didn't think of, then you could try it out in your own gameplay, you know, style. But there was no, you know, YouTube, live streaming, no videos on the internet. At the best, people were posting up like facts, like typed up documents on this is what we would do this is what I'm doing with this character, blah, blah, blah. And you wouldn't see it in action. And it was very hard in some cases to really learn or understand what people were saying. Now, every day you're going to play a fighting game, you can just go online and watch recent videos from top players. And you immediately can absorb tech from these guys. It's wild. It's so different. Even the last time that I really tried to play fighting games competitively, which was Street Fighter 4, this didn't exist. I was the one putting out the gameplay videos. Me. And I didn't know what I was doing. So people were watching me play Street Fighter 4 and trying to learn off of my content over 10 years ago, which is crazy to think, right? So, you know, it's very interesting. It's kind of like if you really want to get good at fighting games, there's so many resources you can look at and so many things that you can do to get better besides just playing the game when it didn't used to be like that. And I'll be honest, you know, 3 months I've been playing Street Fighter 6. I do enjoy watching the Street Fighter 6 videos like the night before that I'm going to play a set. It's something to do before I go to sleep, and I absorb some tech in my mind, and the next day I say, I'm going to try to implement that tech and see how it works, right? I've enjoyed doing that a lot. So we'll see tonight if I can actually implement some of that tech and you know, bring it into the fruition of my gameplay or whatever. But again, my goal tonight on the late stream is around 3 hours of progress with Blanka, hopefully getting him to 4-star diamond like I just got my Honda. Okay? So that's today's streams, a full-fledged day of gameplay. I'm excited for that. Tomorrow, more GTA 5 on the daytime stream. Alright? And then tomorrow night, we're going to do something a little different. Instead of ranked gameplay in Street Fighter 6, which I'll have done twice this week, we're going to do World Tour. We're going to do a night stream, 2 hours of World Tour progress, continuing on with my avatar, learning new abilities. As you know, last time we learned E-Honda, and shoot, who else did we learned like 3 characters last time, did we not? Like we kept learning, Guile. It was E-Honda, Guile, and Ryu, was it not? Yeah, E-Honda, Guile, and Ryu. Although we didn't really implement Guile. Maybe we should implement some Guile moves. I just realized we didn't implement any of his moves because that was the end of the stream. That should be fun. Oh, nice chill World Tour stream tomorrow night to end my streaming week, okay? Then I'm not here on Thursday. Friday, special day because we're actually trying out Armored Core 6, which was donated by a viewer. And I want to say thank you so much to that viewer who donated it because, as I told you guys, I wasn't very interested in Armored Core 6. I don't play mech games. I'm not into them, all right? So I have no really incentive to try the game. And a lot of people were like, oh, but you got to try it. It's FromSoft. It's going to be a hot game. And I'm like, yeah, but you understand, I have zero knowledge, zero experience, and really zero desire. It's kind of like I don't have anything here that would make me want to play Armored Core 6. But then someone said, well, I'll donate it. I said, all right, well, if you're going to donate it, I'll try it. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to commit to it or anything like that, but I'll give it a shot. So this Friday on the daytime stream, we're trying out Armored Core 6 to see what it is. I literally have no idea what to expect, besides you're driving a mech and shooting shit. So I guess we'll see on Friday if I like it or not. Friday night will be ranked gameplay in Street Fighter 6, Friday Night Fights, and likely we'll go back to Honda again. Then Saturday is the big event, the big 15-year marathon anniversary special. We'll do a podcast here in the morning, and then we'll swap over to my React channel, DSP Reacts, and that's what we're going to be doing. The 15-year anniversary retrospective party. That's what I'm calling it now, the party, on Saturday. So what are we doing on Saturday? I'm going to reminisce and tell you my history as a YouTuber. Many people have already known this, but I'm going to kind of do it in one summary for those who maybe haven't been around for 15 years and don't know how I got started. Tell you about the ups and downs of being a YouTuber over the years. All right? Then we're going to react to the moments that you guys have been nominating for the last 3+ weeks. in various threads. Members have their own special thread. They've been nominating their favorite moments. And then common viewers also have been nominating their own favorite moments. If you're in the chat right now, you can type !retrospective. The link will pop up. You still have time. You have until Saturday to nominate your favorite moments. But I'll take that back. You have until Friday night to nominate your favorite moments, because Friday night I will make the playlist which we'll use to go through the show. Just like how I do with DSP versus the internet, my clips show on DSP Reacts, this marathon will be of the same style where we'll go through playlists, okay? So, it should be an exciting time. What are your favorite things that I've done in 15 years? What's the funniest stuff to react to? How will we react to it today compared to how, it happened 10, 15 years ago, right? We'll see. It's going to be a fun one. Plus, there's going to be some booze. I'm going to actually get something on my day off this week, and from the liquor store. I don't know what, but basically for certain levels of contributions, I'll take a shot. There's going to be food. My wife today is actually researching the recipes she wants to make for the event, and so we will be taste testing food live together, as I tend to do during these marathons. But the important part about Saturday, it's going to be a laid-back party atmosphere. There's no pressure to do anything in particular. It's going to be very interactive, where we're going to be talking and chatting and relaxing all day long. That's basically the method to the day. All right? Not, oh my God, we have to do this segment and that segment and this and that. No. It's more, let's just relax and celebrate my 15-year legacy here on YouTube. And, it's not ending. It's not, this is my retirement ceremony or anything. This is just the beginning, right? If in a lot of ways, things have kind of spruced up and changed for the better in the last year around here. And I like what I'm doing. I want to keep that up. So if you can be here on Saturday for the special event, well, first of all, the podcast will be here on DSP Gaming. But once the podcast is over, we're going to do, this whole event will be on DSP Reacts, just so you know. So if you can be there on Saturday for the chill vibes and the fun, by all means, please head over there. And it would be an absolute great day to, come out and reminisce and just have a good time. What I would hope is that maybe we'll see some regulars who, maybe watch my stuff, and maybe they've been gone for a while, but they'll come back to celebrate. That would be nice to see some people, all the regulars come out. Even if you can only come for 5 minutes, just come and say hello on the stream. It would be amazing just to see people from over my 15-year history stop in and say what's going on, maybe get caught up with some people and see how they're doing, right? I think that would be really special. So let's see what happens this Saturday, but it should be a great day. Marathon all day long, okay? Then on Sunday, it's my usual react show, DSP versus the internet, all right? And then on the late stream, it'll be Chrono Trigger, okay? And then Monday, we'll get back to the alternation. So probably Monday we'll do GTA 5 and Ranked Street Fighter. And then Tuesday will probably be Armored Core and Chrono Trigger. And then Wednesday will probably be GTA 5, hopefully heading into the end game at that point, and more Street Fighter 6 Ranked. And then that will probably be the streaming week for me. Thursday I'll be off. And then that Friday, will we start Starfield? Because this is the big question right now for everybody, okay? This really is the big question. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, basically, here's the deal. All right. So we're starting with Armored Core on Friday, but there's no guarantee I'm going to commit to a full playthrough. I don't even know if I'm going to like the game, but I'm going to basically play it twice in the next week, 2 major streams. Okay. Also, I'm trying to finish GTA 5, 2 streams this week, 2 streams next week. That's 12 hours of gameplay. Can we finish GTA 5 in 12 hours? I don't know, okay? These are all questions that don't have answers yet. So, based on that information, okay, will I play Starfield on September 1st? Because I have it on Game Pass and it comes out September 6th. But if I pay a little bit of extra money, I think it's like $30-something, right? You get access on September 1st. Some people have really been campaigning for me to play this game on September 1st. They are so hyped and excited for it that they want to see me play it at the absolute earliest that I can play it. I'm not opposed to that. But if you look at history, for example, people are saying you did this earlier this year with Hogwarts Legacy, and it turned out your launch stream of the game was spectacular, okay? So again, I'm not opposed to doing that. But at the very same time, is it making sense to play that game early when I'm still playing 2 other major games, right? So I think what might have to happen is we have to take a look by the end of next week's streaming week. How far are we in the games? If I'm decided not to continue with Armored Core, or if we've beaten or we're right at the end of GTA 5, then maybe it would definitely say, okay, makes sense, let's start Starfield early. But if I'm in the midst of those playthroughs and it looks like, there's no end in sight, then no, I don't think it would make sense to pay the extra money to play Starfield early, and now you're delaying other playthroughs, and now everything is ongoing forever. It never ends, right? Especially because Starfield is going to come out on the 6th regardless. It's only a 5-day advance window. It's not like 2-3 weeks. It's like a couple days, right? So I think what we need to do is talk about this and figure it out over the next week. All right? Really, we can't answer this definitively until we see what's going on with the other playthroughs. Because what if I play Armored Core once or twice and I don't like it? Then it's a no-brainer I'll play Starfield early, right? Or, again, what if GTA 5, what if we actually beat it in the next week and a half? Well, then obviously, yeah, I'd love to play Starfield early, and I will. So let's see what happens, all right? I'm leaning more towards, yes, let's do it. Let's do it early. But at the same time, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver or play 17 games at once, and now everyone's upset with me because I'm not playing enough of any of them, you see? So let's see what happens, but I'm leaning towards yes. Let's see how things go this week and next week, okay? Now, for the month of September, there's tons of games coming out. In fact, let me get the list right now, okay? Starfield obviously being the first one, and, we got Armored Core and Starfield going on at the beginning of the month, and of course I'll continue to play Street Fighter 6. Then, right around the middle-ish of the month, we've got Lies of P and Mortal Kombat 1, okay? So Lies of P is September 19th, and it's Game Pass. Absolutely, I'll try it. I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to play the whole game, but it's Game Pass. Why wouldn't I play it, right? MK1, also September 19th, but now people are telling me, oh, if you buy, like, the special edition for more money, you play it early. It's like, dude, it's a fucking fighting game. Why would they do that? I mean, that's pretty greedy. I'm going to be honest, right? Like, I understand it's a single-player game. People are rushing to play. It's a narrative game. It doesn't matter if you get an advantage. So you're literally telling me if people pay more money, they can play a competitive fighting game early, which gives them a competitive advantage that's unfair to the rest of the people playing. Is that true? Or is someone just blowing smoke up my butt about it? Because I think if that's true, that's legit bullshit. Like, you should not be able to play a competitive game early because you paid more money. That's stupid. That's a fucking busted-ass practice. So I'd like to know if MK1 only comes out on September 19th, or people are saying, yeah, you can play it early if you pay more money. That really would piss me off. And I might have to get a little uppity about it. Anyway, so those games come out in the middle of September. Now, are there other games coming out in September? There are. However, none of them are really too interesting to me. I'm looking at all of the release dates and everything that we had here. And taking a look at them, nothing there is really standing out to me. So, really, it's going to be October. October is the insane month where, like, every week there's 10 releases. It's nuts. So, if anything, this will give me a big opportunity to focus on Starfield and or Armored Core, and then on Lies of P and MK1, and really focus in on all of those over the month, and get good chunks into them. Maybe even try to complete many of those by October. I'll be honest, it might be great if I could beat some of those games and not have them as lingering playthroughs by October, because October is insane, right? And it's crazy because you think Starfield might be really long. Yeah, but if it makes sense that maybe I should do it as the daytime stream, many streams, to try to get through this game and enjoy it at a time when I can really focus on it, as opposed to when October comes, I'm barely going to have time to play it. There's too many other games, right? So, let's see. But even though it doesn't sound like there's too many games in September, trust me, I think we're going to have a packed month, because keep in mind, I'm also going to be trying to play Street Fighter a couple nights a week. I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be booked, and we're going to be good for September. So with all that going on, all right, should I do a special event in September? And I was thinking about this, okay? And essentially, there's two schools of thought in my head about what we should do in September, all right? Actually, there's three schools of thought. Number one, I've been wanting to do a special retro day forever. I keep telling you guys, I want to go back and play like Mario 3, or I want to go back and play a bunch of classic Mega Man games, or I want to go back and play Ninja Gaiden. I keep telling you, I've been wanting to do this since February of this year, and it just hasn't happened, okay? So I was thinking, just for the hell of it, just break up all the new releases with a day where I just play retro stuff, and we have fun with classics. It'll be the, DSP's special retro marathon day or something like that. You know, we'll call it the Back to the Past day or something. I don't know. We'll think about it, right? So that's one idea that I have. There's a freaking fruit fly in here. Remember I told you guys there were fruit flies in my garage? There's been a couple of them residual in my house buzzing around. Not too many, but a fruit fly just buzzed in front of me. And if I can see it, I want to get it because it's just a couple leftovers from what was in the garage. And there's been one that's been buzzing around the house like for 24 hours and I can't get it. Every time I see it, it disappears. Like it literally just disappeared. It was right here and it's gone. Like, where did it go? I was on the couch last night and it buzzed me. I said, oh shit, I started looking, couldn't find it. It's an elusive little bastard. Yeah, I don't see it. Well, if I see it, it's in the office with me here. If I see it, I'll try to get it. I'd much rather have it in the office because there's literally nothing for it to eat or drink in here. So if it stays in here, you know, it's gonna eventually just get trapped and die off. So I hope it stays in here. Anyway, so school of thought number one, a retro throwback marathon. Okay, where I play retro games all day long as a special marathon event. School of thought number two would be a long form React day. I know I did one about the machinima stuff, you know, at the beginning of this month, or was it late last month? Whenever it was recent. It was in the last month we did that. But a lot of people have been saying, you know, we'd like to see maybe react to a long form documentary again. You know, you haven't reacted to a documentary in many months. Earlier this year, I did the Pro Jared documentary, the Second Wings of Redemption documentary, and some people are like, we'd like to see him maybe react to some documentaries one of these days. That could be kind of fun, because I haven't done one of those in a long time. I don't know if you guys have interest in that or not. If you have any ideas of the documentaries that I should react to, you let me know. Or, quite frankly, the third school of thought is we just skip September and we don't do anything special, because I'm going to be busy playing so many new releases. Again, Armored Core, Starfield, continuing on with Street Fighter 6, Lies of P, and MK1. Those are all guaranteed things that I'm doing in the next month. If that's enough to carry us, then we should just do that and not worry about having to do a special marathon event in September. Because I can tell you this, we're guaranteed to do one a month for the next 3 months. October is Halloween. November, we're going to do the Adpocalypse 2.0. I guess we'll call it Return of the Adpocalypse, right? Right? That'll be cool. And then for Christmas, of course, we always do a Christmas event. So we're going to have 3 events, October, November, December. No problem. Those are already lined up, ready to go. So just the question is, what do we do in September, if anything? Okay? And I guess let's think about it. You guys, give me your feedback. I'm seeing various people saying different things in the chat. Benny just said, retro games, definitely. Mario 3 is a classic. I think you'd enjoy playing the classics for a day. I know I would. I love those. I haven't played them in so long. I know it would be a fun-ass, you know, day of just nostalgia. Whether it's, that whole day we just play Mario 3. I could probably beat Mario 3 in one day. So maybe I just beat Mario 3 in one. It's Mario 3 day. And we just play the amazing classic game together and we enjoy it together. I'm sure you guys will give me tips and stuff on what to do in the game, secrets and stuff I don't even know, right? That could be very fun. Another idea, I said like the Mega Man. We could play the classic Mega Mans. Those games are short. So I could probably beat 3 to 4 of them in one day. Just go through the classic Mega Mans, start to finish. That would be amazing to me too. I love the music of the classic Mega Mans. Those things are fucking crazy, man. So you guys let me know what you think. All right. And we'll go from there. All right. So do we do a special event in September or not? Up to you, really. Okay. Oh. Jade says, I'll be in and out. I'm watching Gamescom and you back and forth. All right, let me know if anything special happens at Gamescom, because I know some people are watching it. You know, I'm not covering it simply because it's not going to be any new announcements. It's going to be updates on games we already know. So let me know if anything special happens. Okay. She takes them both out. Boom says, I love retro stuff as long as you don't use save states. If I played Mario 3 or Mega Man, I would not use save states. It would have to be genuine. Yep, it would be genuine runs. Correct. Remember, if it's a marathon setting and I'm just doing it for the one day, that would be part of the thrill of it, is that I'm legitimately doing these in one day. So yes, absolutely, that would be no save states for me. Yes, correct. That would exactly how I would do it. Okay. Okay. So there you have it. That's what's going on right now with me and all the schedule and everything. I hope that sounds good to everybody here. I will just say this quickly to get out of the way. It sure would be great if you could support the streams today in some way. As you know, this is how I make my living. It's crowdfunding on the streams. Do I make ad revenue on YouTube? Yes, I do. It's just not a lot anymore. You know, at one point it was insane. Now it's not. But it's primarily this income that I get from streaming that keeps me afloat. And the fact that I don't have any paid advertisements, no shilling of products, no giant paid product placement settings. I very, very minorly run ads on my streams. Very minor. Maybe once a stream do I do a calculated ad break, right? Very little. For me, I want to put out meaningful content for you. And my line of thought has always been, if I'm entertaining you, if you're having a good time relaxing with me, enjoying games, chilling with me on a podcast, then you'll reciprocate that. You'll support the content that you like, right? So please do. Today, if you can, like the stream if you're enjoying it. Please consider a super chat or a super sticker, a membership or a gifted membership to the community. As you can see, we actually are above 500 members. Thankfully, I'm very happy we didn't dip in the last couple of days. I'd like to keep it that way. My goal today is to get 10 members to add to the channel by the end of the day. So maybe you want to become a member if you're not. Maybe you'd like to give some memberships to the community today. It would be great if you could do that. Or, of course, a tip, also appreciated. Direct contribution via PayPal, which I get right away. I actually get more of a chunk of a tip contribution than other contribution methods. It also helps because I get it right now with all the games that I'll be getting in the next several weeks. You know, it'll definitely help out. Yesterday was not a great contributions day, I'll be honest. However, it's not the end of the world. Yesterday was my React day. React streams technically don't really do that well. Chrono Trigger last night did actually really well for members. We gained like 10, 15 members last night on Chrono Trigger, and that was like pretty much it. Like everything else was pretty dead. So anything today would be greatly, greatly appreciated. All right, and we'd like to have a great solid day today to hopefully make up for yesterday would be great. All right, so thank you in advance to anyone who contributes. And I don't want to mention it all day long. Occasionally I'll bring it up every once in a while, but it ain't gonna be a big problem. Okay. All right. We have one news story today to cover. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a little segment that I like to call DSPN. Welcome to the news desk, everyone. What I'd like, guys, is like some kind of a sound effect or like a musical snippet, whether it's like keyboard clicking, or you know how news desk it goes, you know, with like a newsroom sound, maybe a little bit of a ditty, like doo 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 doo, something like that. But it has to be something that's not like copywritten that I'm gonna get in trouble for using. Because I like to click over here. When I click over here, I like to play that sound as we start with the news segment. Okay? So if anyone wants to take a stab at that, have at it, and let me know what you come up with. Okay? Some people are like, oh, can I make giant video montage intro? I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for something fast that we can come in with a little bit of music or whatever. I'm not looking for a giant segment with fucking video and everything. All that's going to do is create liability. I just want a little musical snippet. Okay? That should be cool. Okay. BITW awesome. I don't have my device anymore. He says the sound effects from your device. I don't have it. It doesn't exist. It broke. And I threw them out. They're gone. Okay? No devices. Okay. So, one news story today. And the news story is as follows, okay? Activision Blizzard is giving exclusive content cloud and streaming rights of its games to Ubisoft. I'm going to replace that, or repeat that. Let's see if we can figure out what this means. Actually, we should do this. Activision Blizzard is giving a 15-year exclusivity agreement for its cloud, gaming, and streaming rights to Ubisoft. Huh? Because you might scratch your chin like I'm doing right now and be like, how is this news? What do they even mean? So what they mean is cloud streaming. Like, you don't have the game downloaded to a game console or anything like that. It's if you were to stream their game off the internet and play it remotely from any console or whatever, all right, That's what they're talking about. You might say, well, wait a minute, who the hell does that? Why is this a news story? Well, here's why. Because I know this is going to sound really stupid, but it's actually a follow-up to the whole Microsoft buyout of Activision Blizzard story that's been in the news for a year. If you remember, one of the things that held up that process was in the UK, some idiotic regulatory body actually said they didn't feel that the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard merger should go through because they thought that the exclusivity streaming would go into the hands of Microsoft, and Microsoft would have too much power over cloud gaming and streaming. Why did they come to that determination? Because they idiotically counted every single Game Pass subscriber as someone who uses cloud gaming and streaming. Is it true? Fuck no. Not even close is that true to being a truthful statement. But they said that in their statements about stopping this merger. They're complete idiots. They actually thought everyone who has Game Pass is live streaming games. It's a tiny amount, like really infinitesimal amount of people doing it. Most people download the games. So because of this, they actually were trying to hold up this merger. So what Microsoft has done is they said, we know what we're going to do. We're going to convince Activision Blizzard to sell their streaming rights to Ubisoft. So now, whenever you go to stream a game that's an Activision Blizzard game, it's actually technically Ubisoft handling that. Therefore, it's out of the hands of Microsoft. And you can't try to say that we have a monopoly on the streaming business. Okay? I think it's one of the dumbest things in history. Why in the holy hell is this an issue? It's such a small part of the market. But literally, they had to do this in order to get this merger to go through. So now that this announcement happened this morning, that Ubisoft now has streaming rights to the cloud gaming services of Activision Blizzard, now they're saying, it looks like now we'll be green-lit to move forward with the merger. Yeah, it's been on hold all this time. So now what they're estimating, experts are estimating, since this seems to solve the cloud gaming issue, the Activision Blizzard buyout should maybe go through by October then now. It's like, geez, but what's the next thing? What's the next stupid thing they're going to think of next? What is it with these companies that don't want it to go through? I mean, honestly, it sounds to me like Sony lobbied and paid the shit out of it for everyone to stop it, right? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like Sony went around with a big pocketbook and they opened it up and started tossing money around, telling every regulatory body and every senator and every person possible in government around the world, you've got to stop this, right? And people are dumb enough that they listened for a while, but now it seems like there's really nothing they're really going to be able to do long-term here to stop it. They delayed it as long as they can, but it looks like it's likely going to go through. So, there you go. Anything else in this story, obviously I'll let you know. But for now, it's just really ridiculous that it even was held up this long. And now it looks like that was the last hurdle that's now going to be cleared. So, we'll see. Okay? Now, there is one other story. As of last night, okay, there was basically a situation where there was a leak, okay? And this leak has not been confirmed as of yet, but maybe it has been now. I don't know, all right? The leak was as follows. Tekken 8 is actually now slated to come out January 26, 2024. All right? So if this was actually truthful, that would make sense to me. That would be why Tekken 8 never hit a release date for this year, because they're not coming out this year, and they wanted to give the rest of this year for Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1 to kind of battle it out and go back and forth for the top fighting game of the year. And then once the smoke settles, once now we're in January and these games have had many months to be out, now they want to hit the ground running and start the year fresh with a new Tekken game. So that makes sense to me if it's true. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. This was a big leak last night. And it certainly would make sense, especially because, you know, people keep saying, I don't get it. Why does Tekken keep coming out with character trailers, keep coming out with new information about their game, but they're not giving a release date, right? Well, that would make sense why then. That would be why, because they wanted to wait and it's going to be early next year. So I would say this makes sense, and we'll see if it's confirmed or not. I think someone in the chat just said it actually is confirmed. So, if it is confirmed, great. You know, will I check it out? Yes, I will. I haven't played Tekken since Tekken 7, and I only played it for about, what? A couple weeks, 3 weeks? Probably like 3 weeks. But I'll give it a shot. And, you know, it might be a good way to start off the new year with a new fighting game. Check it out and see what it's all about, right? So, good stuff there, if it's true. So, all right, that is... Oh, it is real? I'm being told, yes, they confirmed it at Gamescom. It is confirmed. It is officially coming out January 26th. All right. There you have it. Tekken 8, January 26th. Okay. That's the news. That's all I've got. And I'm sure there'll be more news coming out of Gamescom today. People will tell me about it, and I'll talk about it over the course of today's streams. But that's what I got for now. Okay? Okay. So, I think now it is time for us to relax a little bit here. And, to do a little bit of shout-outs, and then possibly open up the podcast to some Q&A. So let's get to shout-outs to start off. So our first contribution of the day was Felix the Maid, who re-upped their membership for 10 months. I said, which is better, Barks Root Beer or Dr. Pepper? Well, I like both, okay? I do like both. Barks Root Beer, if I remember correctly, it's a little bit on the sweeter side of root beers, but it has a nice frothiness to it, and I do enjoy a good root beer. Dr. Pepper is incredibly unique. Has that flavor. You know what's funny is I never realized Dr. Pepper is supposed to be cherry. Did you know that? That Dr. Pepper is supposed to be like a variation on cherry flavored cola? I never knew that. I always thought it was just a unique flavor. And then at one point someone mentioned that it was supposed to be cherry. And I was like, really? And I started tasting it. I was like, I guess I could kind of taste that, but not necessarily. You know, it doesn't taste like genuine cherry to me. But I really like Dr. Pepper. Like, if I'm at a place that has soda, and that's what I'm going to drink, and I had a choice between, like, a cola, or Sprite, or 7-Up, or a root beer, or Dr. Pepper, I probably would get Dr. Pepper. So if I had to choose between those two, unless I'm really craving root beer, I'm probably going to go with Dr. Pepper. So there you go. Shout out to West Side Phil, who became a member this morning. So, actually, we should get off the news desk. My bad. We're stuck on the news desk there. Thank you, Westside Phil, for our first new membership of the day. Gets us up to 516 and climbing. Thank you so very much for that. Cool. All right, and we have our first tip of the day as well. It is a $2 tip. It has come in from an anonymous tipper. You should play the Retro Disney Afternoon Collection in September. 6 games in 1. Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Chip 'n Dale 1 and 2, DuckTales 1 and 2. Well, I own it. I know for a fact that I own it because many years ago, I think it went on sale, and I'm pretty sure I bought it for like $5. All right? So I think I own the Disney Afternoon Collection, but I don't remember where. Where do I own it? Disney. The Disney Afternoon Collection. I don't own it on Xbox. I thought I did. It says it's $20. So I don't own it on Xbox. Maybe I bought it on PlayStation ages ago. I know for a fact I bought it. I remember it was many years ago. Someone had said it was on like a crazy good sale. And they said, if you're going to ever buy it now. And I looked and it was like $5. And I was like, oh, well, that's a lot of cool classic games. I'll get it. Maybe in the future we'll play them. I remember specifically this conversation and I bought them. But it says not on Xbox. So maybe it was actually on... Maybe it was actually on PlayStation. I'll have to check maybe later tonight when I play Street Fighter. I'll check over there. But anyway, I mean, it's a possibility. I'll be honest with you. I would much more rather play classics from my childhood like Super Mario 3 or Mega Man games, stuff like that. I do think that would be better because those are ones that I remember and, you know, I'd love to play for a nostalgia factor. But I think eventually maybe I would do that collection. So, okay. All right. There you go. Well, guys, I got through everything I had to get through. We talked about my schedule. We talked about news. I covered initial contributions. So if any other contributions come in today, thank you so very much. I will shout them out. Like I said, I hope I do have a solid day today to help make up for yesterday. But outside of that, what do you guys want to talk about today? Got any topics? You want to tag me in the chat? Do a little bit of Q&A here. See what you guys want to discuss. What's on your minds? Let me know what's on your minds this morning. Next year, Little Nightmares 3 is coming out. Am I excited for it? No. Little Nightmares 2, I watched someone play it. Did not like it. I was glad I skipped it. So, no, I'm not really too excited for that. Have I ever done a GoldenEye playthrough? If I remember correctly, back in the day, they remade the campaign of GoldenEye. Because I remember playing, like, Bond in HD. And it wasn't, like, a new game. It was supposed to be, like, a retro game. I think I played the campaign. All right? So, I think the answer is yes, I've played it before. But I don't remember how long ago that was or anything like that. Am I excited for Spider-Man 2? Yes. Chris B says, I heard Silent Hill 2 is coming September 29th. What? That's insane. There's no way. There's no way Silent Hill 2 is coming out in September. In less than a month? Why would they do that? That would be really dumb. To just immediately say, oh, it's just coming next month. If they did announce that at Gamescom, I think that's an awful idea. All right? So let's see if that's confirmed or not. New Blanca setups? Yes, as I said. I was watching videos last night of, I think this one's guy, Rodolfo, and another guy's like a Japanese player. I forgot his name, starts with an N. And they both have these interesting drive rush techniques that I'm going to try tonight that are better than the ones I've been using. I'm going to try them out. September 2024? Oh, that's different. I thought you meant September of this year. So Silent Hill 2 next year? Okay, that makes more sense. What character will I be in Starfield? I have no idea. I literally don't even know what characters are available. I'm going to play it clean. I'm going to play it, you know, raw, with no prerequisite knowledge. Yes, eventually I will play Sea of Stars. Obviously, we're not doing it now when I'm in the midst of Chrono Trigger. But I will do it eventually in the future. CJ, happy early birthday. It says his birthday is tomorrow. Any plans to play Master Blanca? Yeah, when I hit Master Blanca in PS5, then I'll have Master Blanca. I'm not going back to Xbox. We already adjusted. I'm using this joystick. I'm getting used to it. That's what we're sticking with. I'm not going back to Xbox now. So when I get Blanca to Master on Xbox, then we'll have Master Blanca gameplay. Same with Honda. Yes, nobody cares about people rushing the stage at Gamescom. You realize that when you talk about it, you just give morons attention. It's counterproductive. You should just act like these people don't exist because they're morons. You get that? When you entertain morons and you give morons attention, more moron behavior is then enabled. You don't enable the behavior. You just act like they don't exist because that's how they're supposed to be dealt with. You understand? You lock them up. That's what you do. Any advice for a new Street Fighter 6 player? Take your time, relax. There's no rush. Try modern. A lot of people say modern controls are very much better for a player who's never played Street Fighter before, especially if you don't have that kind of experience doing special move motions and things like that. Modern is perfectly fine for this game. It's even tournament legal. Don't fret if you're trying to play and you're losing. It happens to everyone. Everyone's got to start at the bottom somewhere. And I always give this advice to people trying to learn a fighting game. You have to learn to be a good loser before you can become a winner. What that means is when you lose a match, try to learn a little something from every match. Oh, but he did just beat what I did. Now I know not to do that. Oh, see, that worked, so I'll try that again next match and try to make the timing better or whatever. See, as long as you feel like you're somehow getting something out of each match, it doesn't even matter if you win or lose the match. You see? But a lot of people don't get that. If I lost, that entire match is just everything's bad, negative, rain, dark rain, horrible, and world ending. And it's not like that, right? You need to learn to control that emotion of loss. And especially if you're on a string of losses, that's really when it can be rough. Like, man, you're playing for like hours and you can't even win a match. I hear you. I've been there. All right. But to be able to learn and rally from that and come back and redouble your efforts, that's when you will eventually get that resolve that you can become a winner. Because you can't win until you lose. Get it? Now, a lot of people don't understand that. They say, I'm just going to start playing. Immediately, I'm just going to start winning and beating everything. It's going to be absolutely destroying everything, right? Well, that's not how it works, especially if you're a newcomer. So that's the best advice I could give you. Why do people even ask questions like this? Do you think GTA 6 will live up to its hype? Yes, as we know, GTA 6 will exceed all hype and expectations. It will be absolutely the best game ever made. Or what's the flip side answer? No, there's absolutely no way GTA 6 could ever live up to hyper expectations. It's going to be underwhelming no matter what. Well, what does it matter how I answer? What's the point of the question? We don't even know anything about the game. Why are you asking that? Right? I hate when people ask me those speculative questions. Like, what do you want me to say? We don't even have any gameplay of it out yet. We don't know anything about it. I have nothing I can possibly add about a Phantom game. You might as well ask me about Bully 2 or Street Fighter 8. Right? Is Blanca's level 2 good? It increases his speed and move range on his level 3. Yes. That's one of the very few things I'm not implementing at all with Blanca is his level 2 super. When I watch top level gameplay, I see that people use it. And what they do is they 2-in-1 into it. And then after that, they typically go with a string of attacks where they're constantly using it. One of the things is even if you use it and it gets blocked, it still very much reduces your enemy's drive meter. So you can make an enemy burn out just by making them block 3 or 4 of the Blanca balls from the level 2 super, which is ideal in your favor. The problem is, like, I just have problems controlling it. Every time I try to do it, I try to, like, get it to direct a certain way or whatever, and it always seems to not go how I want it. And the thing is, if you whiff the Blanca ball, now they hit you for a giant combo. So to me, I'd rather play solid with what I know than keep experimenting with a level 2 super that I tend to drop and not do much with. But I've seen 3 to 4 different top players who are using this level 2 super and comboing it for big damage or using it as like mix-ups and tricks. So favorite Chrono Trigger character? I'll go with Frog. There we go. Do I think Tekken 8 will be as good as Street Fighter 6? I have no clue. We know nothing about it. Meaning, haven't played it online, haven't seen character variety yet, don't know how the game will play yet. I can't answer any questions about a game that's not out. 2B is cute. With our first super chat of the day. Your favorite fantasy RPG... your favorite fantasy RPG class to play as? I like Mage. If you're talking classics, because that's how I would relate to it. As classic RPGs. Man, I would think... What's the class I've played the most? Well, let's think back. First real turn-based RPG I ever played was Final Fantasy II. Excuse me. Yeah, Final Fantasy II, which would be considered Final Fantasy IV worldwide. In that game, probably, man. Even in that game, did I have a favorite class? Well, I liked Rydia because she was both a black mage, but she was also a summoner. So really, it's kind of a cheating answer because she's both, right? She's not just one class. If you're going pure class, like, was anyone overly dominant in that game? I actually feel like everyone was kind of good and bad. Everyone had strengths and weaknesses. Every class in that game. Jeez. So then you go to Final Fantasy III or Final Fantasy VI. And that one, again, there's so many unique classes. Like, I liked Edgar because all of his tools were unique, but then again, he wasn't as good as in other aspects. I think Sabin was actually my favorite character overall in the game because he had the freaking inputs for kung fu moves, which was really neat. But what do you call that? What's his class? I don't know. He's unique, right? And then I just played Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster, right? And in that one, actually the best class is a hybrid where you can combine the different class specific things and you can be very dominant. So I don't even know if I even have an overall favorite class. People are saying monk, that Sabin was considered a monk. All right then, monk. Monk is my favorite class. The counterattacking and the strong hand-to-hand and the ability to do those kung fu moves in Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6, there you go. Final Fantasy 6. All right. I don't care about Dudley being in Street Fighter 6. Sorry. As I've said many times, everyone keeps asking me these questions about who do you want to come to Street Fighter 6? And I say new characters. I just want new characters. I don't care about returning old characters. I seriously don't. As much as I would say, oh, Balrog would be cool. Sagat would be amazing. Vega would be nice. I don't care. I want new characters. I want new things added to the game that make it feel fresh and different. I don't want to see the same characters we've played 7,000 times come back, because technically what happens is they bring them back and they change them too much. Like, they'll bring back Vega, but Vega will be a grappler in this one. And we're like, what? Vega a grappler? Really? And everyone says to this day, like, we were watching this video yesterday about Super Turbo on my React show, DSP versus the Internet. And it was funny because at the end it says, a lot of people say to this day, the reason that Vega is never really good in any fighting game moving forward is because he was brokenly good in Street Fighter 2 Turbo, so they never want to make him good ever again. In which case I feel like, well, then just don't put him in the game then. If you're not going to make an effort to actually make the character good, then don't bother. Right? I don't want him in the game then. It's stupid. I want him to play like Vega. I don't want him to play like a guy who has to counter hit you with air juggles and grapples and stupid setups. I just want to play Vega again from Super Turbo. Is that too much to ask for you to bring back the character that I loved from the 90s? Why do you have to keep changing him to be stupid? Just make him Vega and I'd enjoy it, right? Okay. I'm excited for this Aki character, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with her. They say poison. That makes me nervous because they had a poison character in Street Fighter 5. Remember Fang? And he was terrible. He was really bad. And it was funny because at first when the game came out, I thought, oh, he has potential. And then when I actually started playing people, I was like, wow, he's literally the worst character in the game. They put no effort into him. And it's like, wow, the most unique character is the worst one. So I don't know if I have faith that Aki will be good or not. I guess we'll see. These poison characters. What's up, No Sleep Real Vibes? Welcome. Welcome to the show. I've never had a Dr. Pepper float. No. I've only had Dr. Pepper itself as a beverage. I've never combined it with other things. Shout out to My Ruin. Alright. Who re-upped his membership for 12 months. It says MK1 Standard Edition will come out on September 18th, but Premium is September 14th. You want to talk about a fucked up practice? You can play a competitive game early if you pay more money. What? You can play a competitive game early if you pay more money. Does that make any sense to anyone? Really? No, that should not be a practice. So I already bought the standard version. Okay? I don't think I'm going to be paying more money. What is it, $30 more just to play it 4 days early? I don't think that investment's worth it. I'll be honest here. I guess we'll see what happens in September. But right now I don't have plans to pay more money to play early. So we'll see what happens. If you guys are demanding that I do it because you want the story early or whatever, maybe I would do it. I don't know. Spawn Killer, thanks for the super chat. Are you going to play Immortals? No. No one is either. Like, no one's playing that game. No one's even talking about it. It's as if the game doesn't exist. So, no, I'm not playing it. I don't even know what it is. So, no. Was pre-ordering MK1 to play the beta worth it? No. Because the beta's terrible. I couldn't believe how laggy it was. That's a beta less than a month before the release of the full game, meaning they're not going to improve those connections by the time the full game comes out. And they were literally twice as bad as the connections in the Street Fighter 6 beta. That was just a really bad showing. It shows that they did not put in the same effort as Capcom did to make their game viable online. So the whole game's going to be slow-mo online? I don't care then. I'll play your story. I'll play your single player content. I'll try the various characters. And yeah, I'll go online with them and play them a little bit. But likely what's going to happen is I'm going to drop the game within a couple of weeks. I am not going to play a fighting game with 100 millisecond connections, guys. I'm just not. I can play Street Fighter 6, which is significantly better than that. We've had the advancement. Why go back? Why take 2 steps forward and 7 steps back because NetherRealm couldn't be bothered to improve their netcode? I'm not going to waste time. Maybe it will be better at launch. We'll find out. But that beta sucked ass. And I'm not going to waste time on it. Why don't I cancel the pre-order? Well, number one, because I know people want to see me play through the story and any other content. People enjoy my coverage of fighting games regardless if I end up playing them competitively or not. And I know that. Number two, I don't think you can cancel pre-order on PS5 anyway. I've had this pre-ordered for over a week. I'm pretty sure you can't cancel it now. So. What foods do Kat and I hate? I don't know if I hate anything. Yeah, I don't know if I hate any foods. Like, I'm trying to think, is there any foods that I absolutely detest and don't like? Nothing's really coming to mind that I would say, man, I absolutely hate it. You know? I know for a fact my wife hates marshmallows. Yeah, she really does not like marshmallows because she says there's something about the texture makes her grossed out. But outside of that, I don't know. I don't think I hate anything. No, I've never been camping before. I like grapes. I think grapes are delicious. Have I been to the Capitol Hill neighborhood? No. No. I don't even know where it is. It's somewhere in Seattle, right? But I don't even know where that is. Where's Capitol Hill? What's there? Maybe I have been there and I just don't know that's what it's called. Have I ever had frozen grapes? No, I have not. Never had a frozen grape. Oh, you guys don't have much to talk about today, do you? You guys seriously don't. Like, usually you guys hit me with these crazy questions where I need elaborate answers. You guys just don't have a lot to talk about today for some reason. David says you can cancel pre-orders, but you'll have to call their customer service line. Oh, that's just what I have time to do. I have time to sit and argue with customer service. You guys know me. I just have all this free time in my life to sit around on the phone arguing with people. Excuse me. Robbie, I don't know why you're getting timed out. It ain't me, and I don't think there's other moderators, so it sounds like it's the bot doing it. No versus the best pizza they ever had is called Picora's. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Picora's, is that around here? What's my favorite childhood activity I wish I could go back to? Water balloon and water gun fights. Oh, they're great. Just running around and plastering people with water balloons over their heads and soaking them. Oh, it's amazing. Haven't been able to do it since I was a child. Is Ask the King still a thing? We haven't done it since March. Yeah, we haven't done it since March. So it's funny because everyone was telling me keep doing it. But then every month we had something else more important happening. And literally no one complains. You notice that? Like, we haven't done one since March and no one's complained at all. And we're only a few episodes away from episode 100. When people said when you hit episode 100, end the show. So I was going to keep it going. But we haven't done it in so many months and I'm not getting any issues. So maybe it's something that's just going to naturally phase itself out. Or maybe we will eventually have a slow time where people want to see it come back. I don't know. Nope, never played Radiant Silvergun, but I know it's one of those shoot-em-ups. I know what it is. Would I enter an online Street Fighter 6 tournament? I've already answered this a million times. If there was a tournament that worked, because right now the tournaments they have in-game didn't work for the longest time, so I don't even know if they got them functional again. If it fell into my schedule, if it was something that everyone campaigned and was interested in, personally, You know, my goal in the game is to try to get good with a variety of characters, get to master, and then play at master level and do master level streams eventually. We haven't even gotten there yet. You know, and the game's out 3 months. We got to work on this. And maybe by the end of the year, I'll have Honda, Blanca, Lily, Luke at master, and anytime I play, I can play at a master level with various characters and enjoy the game. You know, variety. That could be really cool. But you know, we're not even close. So I don't see why I should worry about playing in online tournaments when I haven't even really done my basic goals in the game yet, right? Why do I prefer charged characters over Shotos? I don't. I don't. It's just that some of the characters that I've liked from Classic Street Fighter were charge characters, like Honda, Blanca. But I play grapplers like Zangief. He doesn't have any charge moves. I'm playing with Luke, Lily. They don't have any charge moves. So it's not that I'm gravitating towards one thing or the other. And in Street Fighter 4, my best character was Ryu. even though I didn't intend that, I liked other characters more. I mean, my best character ended up being Ryu by the end. So, what's up, Mark? How you doing today? Good to see you. How long do I see myself playing Street Fighter 6 for as long as it's entertaining to me. As long as I'm having fun, the viewers are having fun, and we're finding meaning in the gameplay, then I'll keep going. If at one point we get tired of it, it gets boring, it gets played out, then I'll drop it. You know, just like everything. What were my thoughts on Assassin's Creed 1 when I played it before YouTube? I loved it. Even though I didn't think it was a perfect game, I felt it was the right mix of fun story, interesting stealth gameplay, great graphics for the time, by the way. I thought the graphics of the game were outstanding on the Xbox 360. And even the collections, like there was a lot of collectathon stuff in the game, like the feathers and stuff. I even liked that. I don't know, it really resonated with me. I really enjoyed it. And it really irked me that a lot of people kind of crapped on the game. They're, oh, Altair is boring. I didn't think he was. I thought Altair was good. I don't know why so many people said that he sucked. I thought he was a good protagonist. Any chance for Fightcade? I've already answered this. Oh my goodness. Yes, I would love to do Fightcade on my mini PC. Obviously, it's not going to happen now during the busy gaming season when we're going to have no real time to do anything but the new releases. But eventually, when things slow down, which they undoubtedly will at some point, we'll probably get this mini PC set up to run Fightcade and try to play some classic fighting games. I have a joystick now that'll work with PC and everything. It just makes sense, but not doing it now. And I feel like I've answered that question 12 times in the last week. What's my ranking with Lily? I have no clue. I was somewhere in Platinum on Xbox because I didn't really use her that much, right? I think I maybe used her 2-3 times, if that. So I was somewhere in Platinum and haven't used her in ages. So when I go back to using her, I got to do placement matches and everything and see where they put me on PlayStation. Sonic Superstars is confirmed for October 17th. All right. I already had that on my schedule because it was already speculated it would be. So now it's been confirmed. Good to know. What's for dinner? I believe we're having ragu pasta. Ragu, which is a meat-based sauce. But this time around, we're not using beef. We're using turkey. My wife made this a week or two ago, and we liked it, but the beef ended up making it greasy. You know, beef, even lower fat beef still has fat in it that makes it greasy. And, you know, turkey is very lean. So she's making it with turkey, and we're going to see how it turns out today. Turkey ragu. How does ragu compare to authentic sauce? It's more based on meat. It's as opposed to like a traditional marinara or just sauce in general that's Italian style is based on tomatoes and seasonings and sometimes garlic and onion and things like that. The ragu is based more on just having the meat in it, so it has more of a meaty flavor to it. It still has tomatoes in it, but it's more focused on meat. No, I cannot speak Italian. I don't have a favorite Chinese food. Oy. No, Prego sauce is disgusting. I didn't say I like ragu sauce. Homemade turkey ragu is not the same as buying ragu sauce in a jar at the grocery store. Oh. 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 No. My head is going to explode. I can't believe you said that. It's not the same. It's homemade. It's a homemade recipe made with a bunch of ingredients you buy and you cook yourself and you make your own sauce. We didn't buy a jar of ragu. Oh, no. D-Man says, out of all the games you played this year, were there any of them that you found to be boring or made you sleepy? I think you know the answer. You know the one I played recently that I couldn't even keep my eyes open. Final Fantasy 16 was so fucking boring. They ruined Final Fantasy with that game. I don't know why they put the control of the franchise in the hands of someone who obviously didn't understand what made it good. Because, my God, that game was not Final Fantasy. That game was a passable modern RPG that should have been ranked like a 7 out of 10, if that. If it wasn't called Final Fantasy, people would not be fanboying over that game at all. They'd be saying it's 7 out of 10. But because it's Final Fantasy, all of a sudden it's like 10 out of 10 because they're fucking fanboys. It's so stupid. Do I like pork ribs? Yes, they're delicious. What's going on, Mr. Puzzles? Did I make homemade chicken? Me? No. My wife has made chicken many different times in many different recipes, but not me. I'm not the cook here, all right? Yes, I'm looking forward to the next Dragon Age game, although we don't know anything about it yet, right? But I would like to hear something about it. Have I ever been to Long Island on the East Coast? Oh, I don't think so. No, I don't think I ever went there. No. No, I've never watched a chicken lay an egg. My God, I think we need to end the show. What are these questions? Usually I have questions that are like pertinent to something going on the stream of gaming. You guys are asking me like, what is going on today? Did you guys just get bored, run out of topics? Finally? Have we finally gotten there? There's just nothing to talk about today. It's a really boring day. I got a $1 tip. When your career is over, how do you think people will remember you? I don't know, because it's subjective. It's a subjective question. There's some people who have been fans of mine for a long time, who enjoy my content every single day, who remember all the amazing playthroughs and times we've had together on stream, and that's what they remember. Then there's people who don't know me from a hole in the wall, and they see one memeable clip on the internet, and that's how they know me. And then there's people who literally hate watch me every moment, and they'll hate me for shit that literally never even happened. That's how they'll remember me, for fantasy conspiracy. So it's different depending on your situation. There's no ultimate answer to that question, because it's subjective from your positioning of how you've been exposed to me on the internet, just like everything in life. I know it's a heavy answer because it's actually intelligent, as opposed to just a dumb answer, which is probably what most people are looking for questions like that. Is Starfield supposed to have a shitty base building mechanics like Fallout 4? I mean, I hope not. I know you build your ship, but I hope it's not shitty. I hope it's good. I hope it's fun. It would be nice to make a nice custom ship, a place to hang out, you know, kill some time between missions and stuff, and, you know, your crew's supposed to be living in there. It'd be nice to have a custom ship that has nice meaning to it, instead of just tedious nonsense. I guess we'll see, right? Excuse me. I got a $2 tip from, go to, this is, RSVLS, what the? RSVLTS.com. They have collared button-down shirts with pop culture characters like Street Fighter characters. Oh, I know, listen. I started looking into it, and I started seeing some really nice shirts out there, like this, that are nice, but the problem is they're too expensive. Like, you gotta understand, these shirts that I'm wearing right now, I went to a discount store to get them, right? A lot of these shirts are leftover shirts that never sold at a name brand store, so they're sold for a huge discount, or shirts that were returned or whatever, you know, to that kind of a store. That's what I bought all my shirts from. Not a single shirt that I have like these is full price. They've all, I think, on average, they're around $8 to $10. Yeah, $8 to $10 for the shirt. You know, I'm not going crazy. I'm not spending $50, $60. And you look at some of these shirts that have like the licenses of video games and stuff. They're sweet. They look really nice. But dude, they're like $70. I'm not trying for spending $70 fucking dollars on a shirt. That's stupid. You know? So I'll stick to my discount stuff. What shorts am I wearing? Just basic, like gym style shorts. Gray today. I don't even know. I don't even know. They're nothing special. My shorts are nothing special. Trust me. What is my dream bucket list activity? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't really have a bucket list. I'm not that old yet, you know. But when I think about things I'd like to do, I'd like to do some renovations to this house. I have a completely busted bathroom that hasn't worked in like 2 years. And I can't do anything with it right now because in the United States, our interest rates have skyrocketed thanks to the Fed ruining everything because of inflation. So even though I have immense amounts of things like equity in this home, I can't do anything with it. I'm locked, and I can't do anything with anything that I have because everything's so expensive right now. I would like to renovate my home and have it be nicer, and I can't do that. I'm stuck right now. I would like to go on a vacation with my wife because we didn't have a honeymoon. Where? I don't know. I think our dream vacation might be going to like Japan, but more realistic, maybe California, maybe Canada, something like that. I don't know. That would be more realistic to something we'd like to do, you know? But I tend not to try to think about that kind of stuff. There's some people who in life, all they do is they dream about the things they don't have, and all they do is aspire to do these things that are unreachable. And I don't do that. I'm a realist. I try to stay in the here and now and enjoy the things I do have, be grateful for them. And hey, if there's ever a prospect that things could possibly get better, that's great. But I don't want to have myself be a dreamer, always thinking about things that are never going to come to fruition, and then all you do is make yourself sad about it, right? That's how I am. So I don't have like a bucket list of shit that I want to do, and then, you know, next thing you know, it never happens. And I'm like, well, now it's my fault for thinking that those things could even be viable. You know what I'm saying? So I try to be a lot more reasonable and realistic with my thoughts and my expectations and things like that, okay? I just got a $1 tip. Sonic Frontiers is getting a free update on the 28th of September. New story with Amy, Tails, and Knuckles being playable along with Sonic. That's great. But it's probably a year too late. You know, Sonic Frontiers came out last fall. I don't know of anyone who's going to be dropping what they're doing in late September to play Sonic Frontiers. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not trying to hate on the game. As you guys know, overall, I enjoyed it when I played it last year. But that's like the last thing that's going to be on my mind probably in September is a game from last year. You know what I mean? That's prime new release time. By the way, I'm about to sneeze, which is why I'm doing this to try to prevent myself from sneezing. That's prime new release time. So it's a little weird to me that they took a year to pump that out, right? Ah. Okay. I still feel like I gotta sneeze. This is not good. Ugh, come on. Stop it. Okay. Are we winding down? We'll probably end on time. Usually I try to end by 12:30. We'll probably end on time today because really people don't seem to have much to ask. I'll be honest here. These questions are not very riveting. Yes, we've had wildfire smoke for 3 straight days. Today is supposed to be actually, it tapers off. Let me look. that bad. It's certainly not. It's certainly not even close to being the worst that we've had. Like, we had really bad wildfire smoke here some years where it's like you can't even see it. It looks like pea soup outside for several days. It wasn't that bad. I would say it was kind of hazy, and it definitely, you could smell it. You could smell the smoke in the air, and it's bad. And they even said, yeah, this weekend we had really bad quality air, but it's been airing out the last couple of days, so it's not that bad right now. Wolflike just did a super chat and says, if you're able, you should come to England. Well, I've told you guys that one thing that I would like to do is a European tour one time in my life. I would like to go to Europe and maybe go on one of those train tours where basically you go to like each of the major countries. Because isn't there a train that goes through most of Europe? So I'd like to take that train and maybe stop for like 2 days in each country and tour some of the cool stuff to do, get some food and everything. That would be really fun. Shout out to K Styles, who has just re-upped their membership for 27 months at the Ultra level. Thank you so much, K Styles, for your ongoing support. I really appreciate that. Willow, I don't even know what you're saying. Did I ever carry a raccoon? On what planet do you think people carry raccoons around? On the regular. I don't understand your question. You're confusing me. Does Jasper hunt fruit flies? Jasper will hunt bugs in the house, yes. We found squished flying bugs in various places of the house. They tend to land in the sink, and he loves the sink. So if he sees one in the sink, we got a pancake, a bug pancake in there. But in particular, like I said, there's been like this one really elusive fruit fly. We don't see it a lot. Is that it? No. Darn, I thought that was it. There's this one elusive fruit fly, and it buzzed me last night on the couch, and then I never saw it again. And like I said, I just saw it at the beginning of the podcast. It was right here, and then it's gone. I don't see it, so I don't know where the hell it went. It's like it's the remnant from the fruit flies I had in the garage last week. It's still buzzing around looking for food. The ants have been gone. I don't know why you guys obsess over stuff. If I mention something in a story, all right, it's probably because it's something that I have an end to it, right? Like most stories I tell aren't open-ended. It's a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Just because I had ants doesn't mean they're still ants. They've been gone. They've been gone since I took care of them on Thursday. So why do you think they're still ants? Like, what are you talking about? I got $1 tip. Someone says, I lurk quite a lot in your streams. I enjoy your content. Makes my evenings more entertaining. Keep up the good work, my man. Thank you very much for $1 tip. Appreciate that. How nice of you. Okay. You know, that is something to think about. By the way, these are all anonymous tippers, right? I think the top tipper was a $2 tipper, anonymous tipper. We had no names with any of these tips, I don't think, right? I don't think so. Anyway, that is something to think about, is that I did put my Elden Ring playthrough on hiatus many months ago, and that's something that we could go back to as well. If we do end up getting any kind of in-between downtime during this busy gaming season, like in September, if we end up just happen to having some free time to do it. But I don't think we're going to, honestly. I think September will be packed, but I guess we'll see. No, I've never played any of the Wise games. I don't know if that's pronounced or not, Wise, but I've never played them. For the coming retro event, would I be interested in playing Lisa the Painful on Switch? What coming retro event? There's a retro event coming up? I'm not aware of that. I said there's a possibility that in September I might do a marathon of classic games like from my past, like Mario 3 or Mega Man. There's no retro event though. Like, So I guess the answer is no. Tones World just did a super chat. Very out there question. My cousin and I are talking about this. What is your GOAT wrestling theme song? Oh, God. Maven's theme. Since we just saw Maven the other day on the React show. Maven's theme. There, Maven's theme. See, I remember it too. You thought I was just making that up. I remember the theme. If I had a guitar and I could play the guitar, I would have riffed it. But I don't have a guitar and I can't play the guitar. So there you go. Have I been to Mountain Reindeer? Yes, I've been to Mountain Reindeer many times. I love Mountain Reindeer. Maven, oh yeah, you live close to Maven. He lives in Virginia. Well, good for him. That YouTube video was very good. It was informative. It was entertaining. It was fun. So I wish him well on his YouTube journey. Hopefully he does well as a YouTuber because that was a great video. So it's not pronounced wise. It's pronounced ease. Ease. Okay, I'll have to remember that. All right, guys, anything else? Or shall we end the show and shall we prepare for GTA? What do you think? No, I never played Road Rash 64. No, I would not do a collab with Mayhem. I have no idea who the hell that is. Neither do I care. So there you go. Neither do I care. Neither. Whatever. How's the weather today? Cloudy. Cloudy and hazy. How do I feel about Unreal Engine 5.0? I don't feel about it at all. I have no feelings. Okay. All right. I think we're going to end the show at this point. We've had about half an hour of inane questions. They really didn't go anywhere. They kind of rambled on. All right, guys. Let's end the podcast. Thanks for watching. Jumping back into GTA. Let's make some good progress today, shall we? Thank you for watching the show as we are counting down the end of summer. Before you know it, we will be into the busy fall gaming season. And it will be non-stop stuff. Times will be flying. The autumn will be here soon. I hope you guys are ready. Thank you for watching the show. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.